The moment you open up your mobile phones, look at the number of apps that you are being seeing that are being invented by the Indians itself. Today we are seeing an India which is interested in every walk of life, in every sphere of activity. The investment in people is more important rather than investment on any physical asset. So in that sense, good morning and welcome to the last and the fifth session in the Bridge Course Economics, where we are going to talk about the human capital formation, a very, very important topic today in India. Why? Because whenever we talk about this, human capital refers to the stock of skill and expertise that is embodied in human beings. So who are this human capital? We've heard about the capital of a country, we have heard about capital of state, but what is human capital all about? Is it something new? Definitely yes. Why? Because with 135 crore population in our country, what is that we are really proud about? We are proud about our own citizens. Today, when our citizens are claiming to the Hall of Fame in Olympics or in any walk of life, it is the same 135 crore people who are building this very great country called as India. So we need to be proud about this human capital factor. It refers to the stock of skill and expertise. We have so much of skill, so much of talent that is embodied within us that we have not really exploded. But once we start exploring it, once we start taking it to the next level, probably India would be the country that is going to define the next level experience. Now, human capital is as important as physical capital and economic development. No doubts about it. Why? Because as human capital matters a lot for us. We cannot just give it up like any other factor. We cannot say that population is a burden to the economy. No, population is a gift to the economy. Population is a power to the economy, because you can use the skills and expertise and transform the country as you want. So that's why I will always say that this is a physical power that is being bestowed on us. Now, the human capital formation is a process of adding stocks of the human capital over a period of time again and again. So we are not just going to give up on this, but this is going to be a very interesting factor for all of us to know here. Why? Because whenever we talk about this human capital formation, we are talking about adding of the skills and talent. We are not just adding up the physical headcount, but we are adding up to the talent. We are adding up to the expertise altogether. Followed by the human capital role in terms plays a very crucial in terms of the economic development. So when you see people in India, all of them do some work, they take up some employment, they contribute to the development of the economy. Now, India and China have a special place in the world. Why? Because they are the two most populated countries. But both of these countries have been very successful in terms of transforming the people to work, people to revenue cycle altogether. Most of us know that China is one of the biggest in terms of the manufacturing hubs of the world, and India is nowhere behind. India today has also become a global manufacturing hub or a central facility altogether. Now, in India, we have multiple opportunities for people. Why? Because we have skill set ranging from almost to the basic level to the most advanced level as far as possible. Now, when you look into the people strength of India, that is because of the educational capability or the soft skills, the technological skills, the manufacturing ideas and the process, which makes the human capital formation a very interesting theory altogether. First thing, the formation of human capital would tend to change the traditional society to modern society, which gives a higher scope of development. In the year 1947, when India claimed its independence, we were hardly about 40 to 45 crore population altogether. But today, we are 3 times bigger in terms of the human population in India, which means from a traditional society which just had about 40 to 45 crore people who were just involved in some normal traditional work. Today we are talking about an 135 crore strong population which has got modern ideas in terms of transforming the society. The second thing is that this human capital increases the productivity, that's the physical capital in terms of tools, machineries, and the productivity would start accelerating the growth. So when a 45 crore people were working in India in different capacities and different levels altogether, the productivity level was projected at an X percentage. Now let's say that the productivity was somewhere around 10%, but today when we are talking about 135 crore, the productivity is somewhere quite close to 45%, which means look at the tremendous growth that we are talking as human capital today. So at any given point of time, the human capital is necessary to accelerate the economy, to accelerate the growth process altogether. We, all of us in this world, are so interested in the growth story. That's because we believe that people can process, people can help us to push the economy to the next level. And that's why it is needed. That enhanced factor of production can happen only when people come forward, people join hands together, they start working and they start increasing the productivity. Followed by the third reason, which I'm going to talk about, is the higher standard of life is possible by the development of human capital. Way back 40-50 years, when India was still struggling to make a mark in the economy, we were actually trying to work out a society that could actually have a better standard of living. But today, 2021, as we are speaking about, India has probably got all the facilities that any modern country has. We also have the state of art in terms of technology, in terms of infrastructure, probably in terms of highways, roadways, port, every single area that we are talking about. Why? Because as the population started growing in this country, the needs, the wants, the expectations also started growing up. So we are no more a society that is only concerned about a small theoretical growth all about, but as we are growing, we have also developed the society in terms of infrastructure, in terms of economic, and in terms of the social value. So the transformation of human capital will definitely help a country to become even more stronger. So that's why we say that the importance of human capital is definitely the development of the nation. Followed by the fourth reason, which I would like to talk about, is the human capital formation facilitates the use and growth of innovation. Innovation, I would like to step onto this word for a moment. Why? Because innovation drives the economy. That's the current mantra that is being used by Indians by across everywhere in the world. We were a country who were working only for a particular growth aspect, only for a particular level altogether. But today, India is the most innovative country that we can ever talk about. We have just moved up the ranks of innovation in a long way. The moment you open up your mobile phones, look at the number of apps that you are being seeing that are being invented by the Indians itself. It's becoming quite interesting. Why? Because once upon a time, we did not have an Android mobile phone. We did not have an Apple iOS with us. But today, we have possibly the every state-of-art technology that is there in your mobile phone, and that is being invented day by day by our Indian entrepreneurs. So we are transforming technology to something meaningful. We are working on innovative standards in every single sector of this economy. Now, be that in terms of, let's say we are going to talk only in terms of the agriculture or in chemical or in banking or in manufacture or in any part of this, innovation is actually taking a rapid stride altogether. So definitely I would say that we are just moving up the ladder in a rapid manner altogether. So definitely this is going to be a major determinant of growth. We cannot leave innovation. We cannot say that innovation is not there. Innovation is actually creating a wave of possibility here. Followed by which we are going to talk about the human capital factor. The human capital for formation increases the rate of participation. Nobody is going to deny it. Why? Because we are going to see the participation rate in India going at a higher pace altogether. Sometime back in India, whenever we used to talk about an event or an activity, the participation was restricted to the metro cities. But today, the participation is restricted not even to a single district, but it's across everywhere. You see that people are participating, be it Olympics or be it in employment or be it in any part of the sector. Everybody is getting socially connected, which means the participation in terms of any activity is going up at a greater pace altogether. Why is that possible? Because of the human capital formation. So higher the interest in terms of the human capital formation, more and more people are joining hands together. Everybody wants to be a part of the society. Everybody wants to participate in every single activity. Sometime down the lane, we felt that sports or music or arts or any of these kind of field are restricted only to the few chosen. But today, what is happening is that everybody is trying to put their hands in terms of participating, in terms of promoting their talent, and in terms of making it even more socially interactive. So the possibility of transformation of society is happening because of the human capital formation. Today, we are seeing an India which is interested in every walk of life, in every sphere of activity that it is involved. We don't want to see an India that has a restricted economy, but we are seeing an India which has got an unrestricted access to unlock its potential and develop towards a modern society. So definitely, human capital formation is a boon given by God in terms of developing our society. Finally, the investment in human capital yields a larger return for this factor. Now, why I'm like to tell you here is that education and India are two synonymous words which I would like to talk about. They are synonyms, I would like to say. India is the forerunner of education right from the ages of Vedas to the digital way what we are seeing today. India has always been successful in mentoring the world about the concept of education. Be it in economics, starting from Arthashastra to probably every single shastras that have been followed by the Indians, we have set a benchmark to tell this world what is the need and importance of education. So what we have decided is that investing in human beings is very, very important. Why? Because they are the people who are going to carry the value of that investment in the long run, which is ultimately going to transform into many leagues in future. So that's why I always say that the investment in people is more important rather than investment on any physical asset. So in that sense, definitely yes, this investment is going to carry us forward, take us forward to the next level as far as possible. So definitely the increase in productivity of the workers, the increase in the knowledge level, the increase in the acceptance level of the society is going to transform and make a better economic growth for us. With this, I come to the end of this economics course bridge altogether, the bridge course on economics, where we were trying to learn and understand about the various parameters of economic and the various economic field altogether. I hope and believe that you would have enjoyed this session and you would have learned about the different forces and factors that are going to be applied in the study of economics. So stay tuned, stay blessed, and stay enlightened forever. Thank you once again for joining me on this wonderful session today.